Ellie awoke in the dark, cold and disoriented, her eyes at first unable to focus, sensitive from the bright flashes she'd experienced. With the sound of a hard, steady rain beating above her head, it all came rushing back to her. As impossible as it seemed, she must have been struck by lightning. What else could explain all those crazy lights she'd seen? Still, as best she could remember, the storm had been miles away. It made absolutely no sense. "Hurts!" Someone was here with her. It was a plaintive voice, vaguely familiar, as if she'd heard it, or one like it, before. She opened her eyes as wide as possible, willing them to adjust quickly to the dimly lit surroundings, as she stretched out her hand, feeling around her. Her fingers encountered a large furry mound. "Hurts!" "Hold on, I'll help you." Where had she heard that strange, reedy voice before? Not heard, exactly. Nothing out loud. More like sound and pictures floating inside her head. Oh my God! Now she remembered. The day after the mark had shown up on her breast, her mind had started playing horrible tricks on her. It had happened for the first time out at the Paul's ranch, when she'd been so sure she'd heard their cat speaking in her mind, as if through mental telepathy with pictures. And it had continued to happen ever since. Ellie jerked her hand back and bolted upright, immediately wishing she hadn't as a pain shot through her head and waves of dizziness assailed her. Raising both hands to her temples, she concentrated on not passing out as shivers racked her body. None of this made any sense. Could the pain and the dizziness and the cold shivers all be the after effects of a lightning strike? She didn't remember ever having heard anyone describing feeling like this after such an experience. Trying to calm herself, she breathed in deeply, an exercise that quickly told her she wasn't anywhere near her river any longer. In fact, the smells that assaulted her nose were those of a barn. It even felt like hay under her hands when she reached back down. With her eyes adjusting to the dim light, she recognized she was in some kind of a stall, and standing next to her was what had to be the largest dog she had ever seen. "Help!" The largest, most pitiful dog she had ever seen, she quickly amended. After only a moment's hesitation, she crawled toward the animal and, reaching out, she gently stroked her hand down his side. Something was wrong. The dog was in pain. Ellie had always had a natural affinity for animals. For years she had worked summers as an assistant to the